So we have Aljex running Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair, and we have Hedwig doing commentary of the run. Really looking forward to this, and whenever you're ready, guys, give us the countdown, and then you're good to go.
All right. Sounds good. Give it a 3, 2, 1, go.
Yay! Run startering. So yeah, a little introduction. Hi, I'm Hedwig. I'm commentating on this. This is really deep in the night for our friend Aljex. So I'll just try and commentate over most of what he's doing and explain you guys this game. If you got any questions, make sure to just post them in chat and I'll catch them eventually. So starting off here, you guys are basically seeing the tutorial section of the game. You might see slightly how this game is gonna end up feeling. It's a 2D platformer that could be considered similar to some classics of the past. And this tutorial specifically has a lot of very interesting cycles with our main villain, capital B, who you see in the background there. Being on weird cycles, like sometimes he stops there in the background, sometimes he follows you. Let's see how, yeah, Aljex actually gets him to follow him really quickly there. And during this cutscene here, for some reason, he has to wait and delay the pressing the text away, because otherwise capital B will just let him stand there and wait for 10 seconds before even continuing. Kind of funny and weird. The general catch of the game, you now see Queen Phoebe, our friend over there, who's telling us to help with all the situation going on in the Lost Kingdom, giving us these bees. Those work like a shield, and that's the catch of the final level of the game. Each bee we collect throughout the game actually adds one hit we can take in the final level of the game, which is the Impossible Lair. We will, here at the beginning, be thrown into it with 0 bees. Finishing it with 0 bees would actually be like the fastest way to do an any percent run. Really hard. But this category is called Full Beettallion, so we collect all the 48 bees available in the game, out of which 40 are out of levels and 8 from the overworld. Right through this door, we enter the first boss fight of the game, and actually, like I said, the Impossible Lair itself, which is the name-giving final level of this game. And oh, what does our friend Aljex do right here? Oh no, he died. Sad times. Imagine dying in a marathon. Oh hey, this is actually how the game wants it to go. Yeah, kind of few people, I want to say much less than 1%, maybe 0.1%, maybe even less than that, actually managed to finish the game on 0 bees. Because yeah, you guys can try it out. It's harder than you might think. The final level is roughly 15 to 20 minutes long, depending on how fast you go through it. And doing that all with only being able to take 1 hit really, even that is very risky, because you gotta catch back Laylee, our little bat friend. It's getting really tough. So yeah, here you see the overworld. He's entering right into chapter 1, which is a good and easy start in this game. A movement technique that you're gonna see him use a lot is ground pounding and roll jumping and rolling out of it, because once we actually do that, we're able to keep maximum momentum by just not walking normally on the ground anymore. Whenever we walk normally on the ground, we get pulled back to normal walking speed, and we don't want this. This coin he collected there is one of Trouser's twit coins. You're gonna see him later in the run. He has put up literal paywalls all over the map, and he tells us to collect a certain number of those twit coins for him to lower them and let us into these areas. We don't really need them to enter any one of the areas, but for this run, where we want to enter all the levels and all the alternate states of the levels, which I'm going to get to later, we actually want parts of the map opened on the map to be able to teleport to them. So yeah, we need to collect 20 of those. Ba-boom! There we saw Aljex actually use this berry to destroy this beehive at the end of the level. All the bees are like hidden in those beehives. Whenever we damage them in any way, they get destroyed. Usually the game wants us to just run up to them and destroy them, but hey, we can also throw stuff that has collision on them, which is cool. So while Queen Phoebe is showing us the impossible land that we're allowed to retry it whenever we want to, which we will not until we have 48 bees. We also see this overworld, and this overworld is full of little puzzles and collectibles and stuff like that, and we can break it a lot. Here you can see Aljex skip paywall 1 actually, just by doing this cool trick in the overworld and entering this page challenge, which is necessary to enter one of the level's alternate states. Because this map actually has secrets for us, which let us manipulate the state of the overworld map, allowing us to enter overworld, not overworld, which allow us to alter the overworld, yeah, actually we do, for reaching alternate states of the levels themselves. So we have 20 levels and 20 alternate states of these levels. Each one has 1 B. Yeah, this one specifically is needed for 2-2, right? Oh yeah, that's also some quills we need. Quills are like currency that can be used to purchase some stuff on the overworld, like some ways through the overworld, if you want to say so. And we're right back in this second out of 40 levels. I'm not gonna keep counting, by the way. Yeah, this coin can actually be a little bit hard to get, because, at least for me. I don't know how it is for you, but it gives me trouble at times. Really nice coin collection there as well, and he's still making the cycle for the fountain, because otherwise he would have had to wait like 3 to 4 seconds for the fountain to lower. So that was really clean there. Yeah, now you're actually gonna see the first state change. You saw how this level called Frantic Fountains was all about those fancy water fountains shooting up and being all cool and fancy. Now Queen Phoebe is actually introducing us to how we enter alternate states, and like I said, it is through alternating stuff in the overworld. And for this one, for example, we grab one of those ice berries and throw it at the water that the tome for the level is lying in. Then we re-enter it and ta-da! It's now Frantic Fountains frozen, which is good for us. Oh no, not chill penguin. Yeah, grabbing that snail can be hard, and we don't know how much it even saves. I'm not sure it is. So yeah, full roll strats here. Okay, I thought you'd actually collect that coin in there. But you probably have some levels on your way where I don't know about how cool the coins are.
We actually got most of the coins in this category to be like under 3 seconds for most, I want to say.
Oh wow. Yeah, I mean it's like the additional levels probably that makes it more convenient to pick up others. So yeah, also the coin at the end of the level here probably would have been quite a waste of time then. I could see myself grab extras if I ran this, just to be sure. Yeah, I think you're teleporting back here, yes. And now I think we're actually in for quite a treat. Oh, not yet, actually. We play 2-2 first. Which can also be a treat, because it's a very chill level. At least casually. Hope it's as chill for you. It has this cool gimmick going on with those gates filling with water and changing your state from being able to roll and jump through the level to swimming through it. Which is not optimal for most other categories because it takes quite a while. I want to say this is one of the longest levels in the game.
Considering it requires that pagey I did like 5 minutes ago, yes.
Oh yeah, especially with that pagey, yeah. And then it might actually just be the longest one, right?
It's up there. 22 has something to say about that.
Yeah, I guess. Are you gonna do 2-1 right after this, or are you gonna do it later? I think there was a no, right? I cut you off a little bit.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, everyone keep this level in mind because the base version of this level looks very much like this, just without the water, which makes it so much different of a level. This section is known for being quite tricky because the water on the ground physics, oh, he did it really well. The water on the ground physics together with these rolling saw blades there don't look super hard, but they are, trust me. This water section actually got me really scared when I first played it, and then it turned out not to be as bad. But the enemies are just so many. Also, I didn't remember for how long this water section goes on. Hey, but there we are. And hey, I think now we're in for a treat.
favorite level.
Yasers. My favorite level, 2-1. Well, it's not actually my favorite level, but we had a little thing going on in the community where we didn't know if this level or 11-1 was better to put into a different into another category. Turned out we kicked out both eventually. But for the time being, I guess 11-1 was slightly faster, even though I don't wanna. I'm not gonna say that ever. So yeah, this is basically the level you just saw, just without the water, which is cooler because who wants to play water levels? Right.
Mostly.
Yeah, I mean water levels are actually pretty chill, especially in this game. The water, Platonic pretty much nailed water physics. I personally would say I really enjoy the movement. They're just a lot more responsive than in a lot of other games. But if you lose Laylee out of water, actually I didn't talk a lot about that yet. Like if you get hit once, Laylee, the purple bat, actually jumps off your head and flies around in wild circles. First trying to get as far away from you, then eventually coming back a little bit, like circling wildly through the air. And you want to catch her back, otherwise you only have one hit point left basically, and you have to restart at a checkpoint. Which we don't want to because we are fast. We're trying to be fast. And it's kind of a little bit like in Yoshi's Island. She just flies around up there and we need to recatch her. Good times, good times. So here we see an instance of a slope roll. Aljex basically tries to body slam as close to the wall as possible, and then immediately rolling up it in an angle, which he managed to do there. And then he basically was above where we're supposed to be, making his way, skipping some paywalls again to make it into the beach area, which is the second to final area of this game. And in this level, he actually... Oh, that was interesting.
The cannon sent me the wrong way.
Yeah, why was the cannon set to the left from the start? Okay. Yeah, you saw him carry a lot of momentum there. Like, as we said, if he keeps rolling on the ground and keeps jumping, he can just carry whatever momentum he's getting through whatever the level gives him. Later in this game, you're also going to see keeping momentum in that way from ropes. Haha, ropes. Alright, ropes are fun times. So yeah, these are definitely cannons. We can't call them any other way. See how I just copied that from the godlike commentary of another person. Lul. And yeah, this level is one of the faster ones. And one of the fun ones, I want to say. I first struggled with it casually, because it also has a few weird cycles and a few weird mechanics on how your jumps get affected and stuff. Never really understood it to this day, but hey. If we do it just as Aljex did it right there, it'll all work out. Get a little bit of a skip going on here, right?
A little bit. This is mostly just a boring puzzle, though.
Good old boring puzzle. Well, I wouldn't call it too boring. It's just one of these. convenient little overworld puzzles which add to the style of the game. And we know style is the most important factor, right? So yeah, because the alternate state of this level, we can actually only enter from the top of this lighthouse that Aljex is right now trying to climb up by solving all these puzzles with. Yes, how do you even call these? I'm missing a word here.
Circuit blocks.
Circuit.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean circuit is kind of the word that I was missing. And hey, who's this nice shopping cart? Oh well, we pushed him off the cliff. So we can jump right after him and enter Boom Boom Blast Breakthrough. Also, one might say this has a section later on that happened in a similar way at another place. I want to say it still feels very original. You actually see him skip a lot of this auto-scroller section where you're usually supposed to stay in these cannons and just shoot over obstacles whenever you reach them, and it kind of just guides you through. Oh wow, he's finding all the right angles. These blue cannons you actually use manually, like you're sitting in them and you just press a button whenever you want to get shot out. The orange barrels shoot you out immediately when you enter them, so sometimes they're placed in a way that you have to wait until you enter them, so they shoot you out correctly. At least the music in this one is nice. Also, I see you went for original music.
Yep.
You couldn't do it without your cowbell, right?
No, I like it too much.
Yeah, so to give some context, there has been the release of an 8-bit soundtrack for the 2D levels of this game, and you're able to just toggle in the pause menu between 8-bit music and original music. And one of the levels has a cowbell going on in it, and I think Aljex really likes it. Here's more overworld stuff, some setup for another level. I'm not sure if you're gonna enter it immediately. You're not. Oh, you are.
I am.
So yeah, he had to destroy the sandcastle for the tide to be... No, actually, to enter this level at all. And this is like the normal state, and eventually it's gonna fill with water when the tide comes in from the beach. Oh no.
What is this?
Laylee, where you go? So yeah, I guess we're starting this level without Laylee. Rough times.
I don't think it showed up on stream, but Steam sent me a payment notification even though I'm on Do Not Disturb, which is like not what should be happening.
Good old Do Not Disturb. Actually, yeah. stream right now. I think it's on my end though. There I am. Back for commenting on this fast speedrun masterpiece of an auto-scroller.
Yeah, most of this entire level is just kind of cycle-based, so we do what we can.
Yeah, I mean, at least there's still like fast ways to do it. Like, for example, there where you can make the cycle and jump up until that thing, which looks really fun because you just slide it on there in a really fun way. Oh, and here you seem to walk on air. That was really funny as well. This room, what? I didn't even remember this one, I'm gonna be fully honest.
If you
Like
wait
this-
there for like 20 seconds, that's I think where coin 5 is.
Oh no, yeah, that's one of the coins I was missing for a long time. And then I figured out, hey, yeah, that's probably not there without a reason, because otherwise that room would be very stupid. Hey. Getting all the cycles there on shooting through, that is nice. You can easily get hit there and then you're just stuck and cycles are off and it gets weird. Alrighty, now we're gonna get some awesome music again. Get ready to all dance like you've never danced before. Oh, you're also doing the new tricks. You're going wild, my man. So, getting this little... Sorry.
My cycle broke, so I couldn't even do it.
Oh no. Oh no. But hey, it's okay. The level is cool. We want to see it. We want to hear it. But hey, thankfully, this would have not been the only out of bounds. And this is also not the fanciest out of bounds in the level. Because other levels will have us just swimming through air. Who doesn't like swimming through air?
Actually, 2 in a row coming up.
Yeah. Oh wait, you're also doing the 16-2 air swim?
Yeah.
You're crazy. I didn't even, and honestly, I didn't even get to manage and do it once. Like I tried, but I didn't understand how the way goes. And hey, I guess you're gonna see it for the first time in a marathon then. Oh hey, fun times jumping up these things. Oh, also it's gonna be the first overworld beer right here, actually. Because I think you're probably doing that first, right? Nice. Yeah, we're gonna see Aljex abusing the new tricks. Abusing this ramp and the momentum you can get from rolling up the ramp while it's raising up to just jump up to the secret bee, which is supposed to be reached through a secret exit in the level he just played. Fun times. We don't actually have to take any of the secret exits because we can do enough overworld tricks to just get them all in similar ways like to this. And hey, alternate state of what we just got. The tome got... the tome is vertical now. So is the level. You can see in the background how the entire level shifted through shifting the tome. Yeah, getting out of bounds here is not going to be the big problem, but actually managing to actually doing the route out of bounds can be tough because there are death planes out of bounds that are invisible, that are just that are not gonna just take Laylee away from him, but entirely erase Yooka and Laylee at the same time. if you hit them. But I guess Aljex is well prepared, better than I would. Pressure. No pressure. So yeah, you'll see him just jump out of bounds right here, go over to the right side, hit a water from out of bounds, which lets him swim infinitely. And yeah, let's just see. I'm learning as well watching this. Swimming up for a lot. Then I think eventually you want to go top left at some point.
I did a much safer angle than is actually optimal, of course, but...
Oh yeah, I mean, still saves a bit of time, like quite a bit. I don't know, how much time does this strat actually save, do you know it? Is it like 10, 15 seconds?
It's under 10,
oh,
which
okay.
is like, it's whatever, but it exists.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool to have shown it off, and right after this we get to see another out of bounds air swim in a 2D level, which is actually the first we found, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about your guys' fancy 48 bees runs. if you had another one before this one. So yeah, there we have it, right at the beginning of the level. Ooh, this was cool. I like that. Yeah, taking it safe there. He could actually get crushed by this rotating cog there, pushing him into the wall. But hey, he made it. Jumped very high through the ceiling basically and made it over to the left far enough to reach out of bounds, then hit a water trigger again like it always goes from out of bounds, and boom, there we are. And hey, after half a minute of going straight to the right, we get the next bee. I wonder what will happen next. I think you're gonna collect the beach bee, am I right? Beach bee actually wants us to casually do an extended jump over that gap where we just roll off the ledge and then jump out of it at a correct time. Aljex did it first try there. And even though we're speedrunners and we've done it a lot, it sometimes can take us 2 or 3 tries. Maybe that's just me. But it's definitely a really tight jump. And there we are, the frog we talked to earlier actually does just chill up there right now, just casually fishing a city out of level 1.
I'm going to give this like 5 attempts.
Yeah, there's a really hard ropes up here. I think it's mostly worth it because you also want to have the coin, right?
Yep. Okay, I'll just leave if I don't get it here in like a couple more.
So yeah, rope zip requires him to jump off of the rope at a very precise timing. Basically tail twirling in the air and then pressing A for a jump off of the rope, in the same frame he grabs the rope. Which is really, really hard, as he's probably playing on 144 FPS right now.
Yep.
Meaning you get 144, however you say that, like one frame out of 144 within 1 second to do it. So this is very, very close to impossible. But hey, there's people in our community that actually grind that. So yeah, normal way through the level. Still has a cool skip in it, which you're gonna see right here, where we can just use our extended roll jump to get over a water section there. And then how we're able to keep up our momentum throughout the rest of this upper part of the level here is just really fun to watch. Here we see water bounces. If we actually tail troll before falling into water and then jump immediately as we hit the water, we can actually bounce off of the water surface. Which is good to keep up our momentum. And hey, the bomb throw also hit, saving some time. Awesome. There we see another paywall 1 skip. Also done first try without falling down. Whew. These are good, man. Hitting the lever down, preparing for being able to trigger another alternate stage for the level, because here we see chapter 3. If we hit the lever later, we get chapter 3-2. These are some really straight up platforming with a little bit of fun rope techniques here and there. Jumping off of swinging ropes at a correct time to conserve speed, and then trying not to walk on the ground too early. But you're gonna see that in a bit. Here's our first rope, which is gonna give us quite some speed, but not for long. This one's better. You see it, how he's just flying through the level. I mean, you're flying through those levels anyways. With those ropes, it gets crazy. Oh, I think you hit the spikes there for a moment. But hey, if we jump off early enough when we hit those spikes, we can get lucky and take damage. And the ending of this level is really cool. We just jump over this last pit, which looks really, really close because the spider is coming down in the exact moment. But it works out. Mostly every time. Sometimes we get hit, then it's sad. $15 done. 33.
Math.
33 to go. Quick math. Very, very similar level actually. This is one of the alternate states that doesn't change too much about the level's layout, but it adds all of those joggers here running around wildly and trying to attack you. As Aljex goes quite fast for most of this time here, though, he doesn't see too much of those. Like, he sees them pop into the screen here and there, but it's not too bad. Yeah, I like this section, you just carry some of them into the end. Oh no, chuggers.
They're my bane, man.
Yeah, the chuggers are really bad. I want to say not as bad as the Toads or Sheldon McFingers, who we're gonna see later, but quite bad.
Excuse me?
Oh, what? Oh no.
You'll see it.
Okay. Fun times, I guess. So I guess you could just learn a new move called Power Slide. You know how all those fancy rock stars do. He probably just wants to be up in the up in one line with like Slash and all these other cool guitarists. Yeah, little skip coming up here. Aljex abusing the lever's hitbox to just jump ahead in the level, and yeah, okay, not getting the instant B there, but that's really a 1 in 21 at most, for me at least. Instead he's taking this bomb here to take it from the right, which is safer and can be done infinite times until we get it. This is a level that really used to mess with us. Like it has some fun cycles, and in one room it's really hard to make one, and we can get caught by one of the enemies having a weird hitbox. And yeah, weird stuff can happen in this level. Oh, okay, Aljex. Oh, hey, yeah, you actually also want to get the coin, so it's even more convenient to go up there. Fun times. Really good first room here. Taking the berry again to hit the hive at the end of the level. This next room has some really precise jumps in it. You can carry the full momentum throughout the entirety of it. Yeah, it didn't work there, but it's like really tight, as I said. And yeah, you actually also want to get that coin, so it's not even as inconvenient. This is the room I spoke about. Good ground pound here, and hey, he actually made the fastest cycle possible. Going a little bit safe with that spider there, as that can really mess with us when we try to go as fast as we can. Getting back Laylee, getting back to Barry. All good. Nothing happened. First try, no hits. Alright, we don't have the berry anymore. Well, that's not too bad, because the berry only saves like maybe 1.5 seconds at the end of this level. It's not too much. Some cool platforming here. Rolling off of the edge of this platform cycle there, and really good door. Fun thing with those doors, they can save us like point something if we enter them exactly in the middle, because it'll cut out Yuka's animation of walking towards the middle of the door before entering it. So there's perfect doors, and we can be very happy with them. I like perfect doors. I wasn't sure if I was allowed to talk right there, so I just didn't.
Yeah. It's fine.
What we saw happen was Aljex grab a berry. It explodes after, I want to say after the 24th of the audio of the ticks that we can hear, which are actually not the same amount that we can see, which is weird. You basically use getting pushed back by the audio a little bit. What? You actually use getting pushed back by the explosion of it at the end to make our way over obstacles. We call the bomb jump. I think you're gonna see that another time, probably. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're gonna see that another time. Oh, what's the pauses? I also did them at the start of the level.
Muscle memory.
Oh, okay.
Just because I'm used to resetting
Oh.
when I get hit, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I can totally see. I was just like, wait, is there a new strat to line up any cycles with it or something? But no, okay.
The first ones were checking my coins, but the one after before I died was definitely muscle memory.
Alright. Oh, I didn't properly see you. Ah, your coin's good. Nice. Oh, hey, 99% consistent trick. Oh no, it didn't work first try. This trick is hard. This trick is more hard than I once wanted to agree on. And there's this very easy replacement for it, which only loses some single seconds. And oh, we're also gonna see the overworld puzzle for that level's also that stay, right? Huh. Can't remember when I saw that last.
I'll do one of them now and the other later because I don't have enough quills for the entire thing.
Oh, okay. So here we see Body collecting the quills. Would you be supposed to have them already? Like, is it a thing of this run, or?
You can, but it doesn't hurt to not have them.
Okay. Okay, that's a dialogue that stays up very long. He's like, hey, I tell you this. Okay, now go on. Alright, we've seen skip through the overworld for the 100th time. Actually opening this little way. I'm not sure, do you need it, or is it more for safety? Oh, yeah, right, because you want to go up to the paywall later. Okay, yeah, no, makes sense. Here, coming up here is something that can be bad. Like, if he would fall down here, it would cause him to have to go like all the way around again through the thing he opened as like a way back, and then through the house, and then over here again. If he actually knocked down the right wall, it would not. Oh yeah, no, it would actually not be possible at all anymore to get this without actually doing the secret exit, right?
Yep. Or the really hard, like week 1 tech that we found.
Oh yeah, I thought it also included the wall. It probably did. Yeah, there's some cool tech in here, which we call a delayed bounce or a delayed jump off of an enemy. Let's see if he gets it. Hey, he actually gets it, nice. So when we jump on an enemy, after like a brief moment, Yooka like jumps a little bit off of the enemy, obviously, as you get catapulted to the top after jumping off of it. But if we also do an input for a jump in that moment where he gets boosted up, or like slightly after he starts getting boosted up, we can get some additional height off of the jump of the enemy. And that gives us opportunities to skip things in some levels, like you saw in the beginning here. A little bit of a weird conveyor section. Conveyors can really mess with our speed on this game. Ooh, get Lady back. Nice. And made the cycle. That was...
That whole section was very scary.
Yup. Oh, I actually never noticed that, chat. Did a check later. Maybe when he's running past some again. Yeah, this level is at the end of 24B's runs, which is like one of the most popular categories of this game. Therefore, a lot of us are not too good in it or not too practiced because we reset and reset and reset because the run is kind of hard at times and frustrating, and we actually never play it. This run is supposed to be really scary because you get followed by this big insta-death laser that basically... Oh, I'm missing words, good times. It runs after you. That's my best way of saying it. It's always behind you, it's always in your back, and you're like, it's nearly there. Going the way over those things here to get the coin. Very nice. Oh, coins, actually. I didn't remember there were two, like, just on top of that section.
It's the only instance of 2 coins being, like, on the same route. It's weird.
And here we actually are going to see some intentional deaths, because if we die 5 times on the same checkpoint, the game is going to ask us if we want to skip the part. And I think through this you're actually skipping the entire auto-scroller section, right? Yeah. Makes it a little bit faster. And who likes auto-scrollers? It's like one of 3 instances or so where we're gonna see this. Or 2 actually, maybe a 3rd one if the level's too hard. Ooh, didn't want to let you through there. And not having Laylee can be really scary. Looks like it's working out though. I think the level's not too close. Oh yeah, there it is. Not too far from the finish, I wanted to say. Hey. And there we saw both states of this level being separated by this cool wall. Only one more bee missing until we're at the halfway point. And yeah, now you'll actually see Trouser for the first time. I'm pretty sure. Hey, no, I'm not even wrong. Good times. Our favorite character. Yeah. Opening up this entire new place for us, which we could have reached through other little fancy speedrunner techniques, but hey, no reason for that when we actually wanted, so we can use the map for teleporting anyways. One of the things this run does where we just take a casual way once. Opening this tome for being able to teleport there later. And yeah, this trick is up to you to explain.
Yeah, I'm basically just trying to slam on like 1 pixel and then fiddle myself into the loading zone.
Oh, 1 pixel even. I didn't know
yeah,
it was that close.
It's pretty precise, but I can usually get it within like 3 tries.
Nice. There we go. Now the game would allow us to jump in there from the top, but we're actually just gonna do it with a bomb jump again. Boom. First try. And is this one harder than the other ones? Because it looks a little bit higher to me.
I don't believe so. I don't know. I just count and press the buttons.
Okay, okay.
If you know what I mean. Just works.
Uh-huh. Oh, this was how to get the speed casually. I actually didn't remember, to be honest. Just coming from 24B is always getting it with our fancy cool strats. And now he's coming up to a strat that...
I'll do 10-1 first, actually.
Oh, 10-1 first. 10-1 first, yes.
Nice chill level.
Uh-huh. Are we gonna see bomb strats or no bomb strats? Because that's what's splitting the community on this level. Well, that's wrong. Just spreading lies. It's not really splitting anyone. I'm just claiming the strat is faster while it's fully at max, half a second faster, if even at all. And I think Captain Brian, who's also in chat, has actually proven it to be not faster. Ooh, that was an interesting enemy there.
It's also much easier, though. We'll say.
The bomb or without bomb?
The bomb.
Okay, yeah, I like it more as well. So yeah, we're actually collecting a bomb here to just do like in the other levels. We just throw it from a distance instead of having to actually go up to the beehive.
Or not.
Or not. Oh, or not. Yeah, ending the level this way is not hard, like that much harder or anything. It's just easy to get stuck on some of the yes. It's easy to get stuck on some of the walls or ledges or something there, slowing you down. Okay. Here we'll actually see him abuse this. Not yet working, but this is actually a really tough trick as well. This swing. Yeah. Being able to roll off of it at a very high place actually allows us to jump over some objects in the overworld there. Getting to this key, to this lever. Getting to this lever early and entering the alternate state, where you're now actually gonna see rope zips for the first time. Are you going down to 60 FPS if it doesn't work in a few tries?
I may just do my... Yeah, I'm doing my safety strat.
Oh, okay, safety strat. Alright, then you're actually still seeing another level out of bounds, though. Like, there would have been the possibility, again, with a frame-perfect trick, really hard, to get yourself zipped in a really weird way off of the rope, in the way I explained earlier in the other level as well. But hey, this is another way with only some very, very slight time loss to also reach the out of bounds part. Just swim past the entire level.
And this is like a almost 4-minute level otherwise, actually.
I didn't remember it was that long, but I did remember it's one of the. I thought it was one of the tough ones as well. I think I had my problems with this.
You hold onto a rope the whole time, and you have to like go up and down and dodge things, and
Oh
it's
yeah,
really slow.
that's how the level goes. Good old remembering the casual game behind what we speedrun. Yeah, taking the teleport now that he opened earlier. And I think now we're gonna see a few levels that I don't remember that well. But a lot of good music.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think there's this one. Yeah, this is actually the one I meant. The one where it seems like you jump, you don't even reach the top of the swing there, but you do. Oh hey, Laylee just flying back to you. Good times. Oh no, Laylee, Laylee, Laylers.
Her AI can often be very frustrating.
Mm-hmm. There we see an instance of the game. I wanna say being designed to have Laylee and the additional abilities. This section is just really hard when you don't have her, because you can stall in the air using tail troll. Okay, actually, this is the level we get introduced to elevator sections. I didn't know this literally introduced this section that's gonna be seen in the impossible lair later on. Even with those spiky conveyors. Nice. Boom. Good part about this run, the final level is not gonna be super scary like in other categories. Cough, any percent cough. Yeah, really only super scary there, but I mean you can get scary in 24Bs as well, but in here you can just like take the damage boosts you want and just go for it and go wild and rush through it. Aljex probably will want to keep some bees for safety, just in case some stuff goes super weird, but he can definitely use some cool damage boosts.
This level I'm in actually has a very cool mechanic in which it doesn't let us go fast, so...
Oh, you just mean like the up
Yeah.
draft mechanic in general?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, the fun times. Just waiting until you're on the top. Yeah, honestly, not really a lot to say about this level. Cycles and waiting.
I just kind of try and get as many quills as I can in this level.
How many do you need from here?
I've already paid 500, and I need another 1500.
Okay.
I believe I'm around 1,000 right now, so... Or 700, I don't know. I almost never have quill issues, so...
Yeah, it's probably fine. I think I've seen you collect a lot. Oh no, not this level. I don't want to see this level. It's level 1. It's cool, but it can really mess with you. Those conveyors, hey, they have a really good time when they can mess you up and eat your speed and... Oh hey, you made the fast cycle out there. Cool. Oh, this is hard, man. You're doing a really good job. You're playing this better than I've probably ever played it. Even making this big skip there. This looks like individual level PB to me.
Might actually be.
Because this is super clean so far. Can you imagine him doing cycle skip here? Okay, he doesn't.
No.
It's impossible in a full game run. There is an IL stat where we can actually, with the precision of a godlike player of ILs like Captain Brian, skip one of those cycles here by barely touching the moving conveyor platform that's there before us. Yeah. How about no? This was so solid.
I wish I could get those in, like, PB attempts.
Yeah, I wonder, do you have an IL PB in this level where you take the berry and save like that very slight bit of time at the end with it?
You can, but it's very difficult, and I don't know how much time it actually saves.
Yeah. Because otherwise that actually has a decent chance of being the best way you ever played the level, right?
Yep.
Like I didn't see a mistake in movement there or losing speed to anything. Lul. Interesting. maybe we should get that clip ready. This level, on the other hand, all the conveyors
Are bad.
are bad and like go against your way and make you slow and can't really build up momentum and it just messes with you. Oh no, Laylee stuck under the conveyor forever. He's just like, hey, I could go to the right. Yeah, but I can also go to the left again. No one will ever get me. Okay. Days of fun. Good times.
Oops. The game funneled me into a hidden cannon.
What? Well, there's a cannon. I mean, did I do it like that casually? I don't remember. Have I ever seen that cannon?
There's a very easy way to grab that coin by kind of skipping some stuff. So I don't know if you would have.
Yeah, no, I think I just went up the cog or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, we can actually skip one cycle there. Nice. Oh no, a box that says left and a box that says right. Which way should you go? The way you came from? Or proceed through the level? I'm not sure.
So I believe that level is, most people agree it is the least fun to play level. Probably.
I'm not too sure, like, those last 3 levels really got me when I played casually. Or do you mean just speedrun-wise?
Speedrun wise.
Oh, okay. Oh, here you see him grab a berry for a cool bomb jump setup right here. Oh, it's not a bomb jump setup. Forget what I said.
I need to be very careful with this honeycomb that I'm grabbing, because if I accidentally throw it at the cauldron before the fire berry, then I can completely soft lock, and I threw it away, so I have to go pick it up. And by soft lock, I mean brick the game. The game will brick if you throw that in before the fire berry. Please fix.
Yeah, it literally won't ever let him collect one of the bees at that point because you can't reach an alternate state anymore. But hey, everything worked out just fine. And we're in Lady Bait stuck because everything is filled with honey. How to make a level
Fun.
slower. I like how your take on it is fun. Put honey everywhere. I mean, it's a cool way. I like the creative thought behind it. Like you throw honey into it, the pot is like putting honey everywhere. Loop. Level is stuck now.
I like the honey on the walls acts as a sort of like wall jump mechanic almost. It's like the only instance of something like that in the game, so.
Yeah, good point. Oh, those doors, like you were able to just see one on the left there. By now I know that they're just indicating something in the other state of the level. But when I played the game casually and I always saw those doors that had spikes on them, but looked like they might open and you could access them from the other side in a way. Like a lot of times they just have no meaning. They're just there indicating, hey, like there might be something in the alternate state, but you can't do anything right now. They really messed with me. I tried everything to still open them. And I think once or twice I managed to mess with them enough and actually open them, and then I went through them and there was just nothing. Yeah, some recycles in a moment, I think, or no, right? No cycles because everything's stuck probably. I'm thinking of the normal state of the level. Makes sense, makes sense. open up the wall.
The shell actually saves a ton of time there.
Oh yeah, going right through the honey does take a moment. C, normal state of the level. Not weird, no honey. Nice happy music, exactly.
Happy.
Not so nice and happy music. All those cycles that I wanted to mention in the other state of the levels, in this state they are actually here. Just trying to get everything as fast as possible. Like the just in that sentence can trick you into believing this level was easy, which I personally think it is not. This, oh hey, there's a little glimpse at Sheldon McFingers. Our favorite enemy. I think you're gonna reach him in a bit though, right?
Oh, yes, actually.
14 should be coming
Yep.
up soonish. All the door transitions. This level has a lot of doors.
It's a level.
It exists. Okay. Not anymore, because Aljex managed to get through it. Blasted his way through the level, which has no instance of the word blast in its title, which would have made it funny, but hey, look. We're already past the blast level. Only 16 more bees to go. If my... No, it's not. Wait, no, it actually is... No, my math was correct. We're 2/3 down. Lul.
Nice math.
Yeah. Right. Can I please get props for that? Yeah, seeing more of those fancy overworld skips. You saw him roll up a wall earlier to get that bee. And I was just preparing to enter the normal state of this level, which we also only see in this category and Hundo, I believe. Because usually we rather play the alternate state of this level, which is rather easy to access as well. And you're going to see it right after this one. It also has some cool music in it. And a lot of our favorite enemies. This level is actually really tricky to optimize, I think, like from seeing it. being speedrun by you guys. Like all those different levels that we have here and using them. And all those moving objects. Ooh, that looks so smooth.
Yeah, that was near perfect for that section. The rest of the level, however. Yeah, I'd consider this the hardest IL in the game.
I can totally see where that's coming from. Oh, what? No auto-scroller skip? There's been a lot of theory craft around an auto-scroller skip on this one. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Captain Brian has got it once.
Once, I believe, yes.
Yeah, it exists. Mostly as a theory, I want to say. Like, even after he managed to do it once, I still don't want to believe it's possible. Yeah, trying it and getting it would have probably lost you half a minute, half an hour at least.
A couple hours.
Maybe 3 hours, maybe 10 hours. And I don't think that's worth it. Yeah, it would be fun to get a consistent strat for it, just for the sake of not having to do another auto-scroller. Yeah, rolling up this wall here again, which is one of the easiest slope rolls, as they say. I'm not fully sure on that. I always destroy the box and just go. Just simply do not mess up. Okay. Yeah. Using desert out of bounds. I think you're gonna see it. No, you're not, actually not gonna see it a second time. Rip. Oh, you are for getting into behind Trouser's house, right?
Yeah, 2 more times actually.
2 more times. Yeah, I'll explain how tricky it is when you get there the second time. And now he basically used it to get to this secret exit B here. Alter the level state for 14. And now we're entering one of my personal favorite levels. After I learned how to properly speedrun it, 14-2. Where we see our fancy raving crab friend, Sheldon McFingers. Who, at all times, tries to completely rip us apart. What are you even going for? You're going for IL strats there.
It's pretty consistent.
It's crazy. Late jump there to get up there in a cool way. Really smooth so far. Now it's actually reached a part where he can pretty much only wait. Yep, the audio on that part tells me you're very good on your face. As if I couldn't have seen. Slight bit of safety there. Do not get messed up by that cycle there. Like getting insta-killed by the thing pushing down on you.
That was actually probably my ILPB, I think.
Oh no, actually?
Yeah.
I mean, you went for a safe strat there, like right before the end. But hey, if you, I mean,
Still though.
it was still super smooth. It was still super smooth. and the ending, like not losing Laylee there, not losing the bomb, is also really cool to see. So another teleport to this boy. Doing the same setup. So here you're gonna see him set up for another desert out of bounds, standing on what doesn't even seem to have a hitbox anymore, but it does. Really tight. You only oh okay, second try there, nice. I think the first one was first try, right? Actually, jumping behind this house, saving us the collection of 80 more of the coins. So this is quite a big sequence break. And I think this is another instance of okay, maybe not.
Later in the
only
level.
later in the level, right? Yeah.
Unfortunately, they put a checkmate right between two auto scrollers, so you can't actually get much value out of it at the boost here.
Okay. Oh yeah, there it is. Ooh. So yeah, then this part we just go feast. Oh, and then later the auto scroller where we have that airship, right? Is it in this one? I don't remember any of the 3 final levels of this game. I gotta say, the amount of auto scrollers in them just made me cry a little bit when I played it. Even though I like those rope sections here actually. And the music again, top notch.
Yeah, a lot of the factory levels are like poor gameplay but fantastic music, which is kind of, you know.
Yeah, good times here actually that this thing that's following us and making this an auto-scroller is actually an instant kill. So we have a more fun time getting ourselves killed 5 times. And hey, there we are, having some trouble. Yes, I have the troubles. Actually, this was a different auto-scroller than I thought. I thought it was the one where you had like the giant airship flying behind you, and it's not even really visible which way you're going and stuff. It's coming up in another level, right?
Yep, next one.
Yeah. Does it also have a death abuse?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'm not totally wrong, dude. Find something to stop me. How did he even get on there? How did our friend Cardos get onto those rails?
He's kind of magical, I think. Probably figured a way.
Yeah, but how would he not get away from them then? Mr. Cardos, explain!
The Yooka-Laylee lore is really deep.
It is? Well... I mean, you've seen the secret ending in this game, right?
Yeah.
And I wanna say, we're not actually even all on the same page with how the secret ending plays into the lore of it. At least I've had like a discussion on it lately. And I'm not sure how it can even be like a point that has to be discussed. But, I guess me and the other person were not on the same page about how it's meant. So yeah, deep lore there. Yeah, just another fancy overworld puzzle on here that Aljex is one fast boy at. Throwing things at levers and pushing boxes. Just our good old push puzzles. Oh, this one's cool.
Yeah, it's nice and broken.
They're just jumping on top of the cage, and yeah, that's a cool abuse of the height there. So what Aljex is setting up here is, I believe, stopping Cardos, as Cardos is infinitely driving on those rails over here, and is like, nah, I need someone to help. And hey, there we get spaceship scroll docked instead of the version that can move. Yeah, I don't know about if I want to dance to this.
I do. I really like the instrument choice.
I guess it's cool. Yeah. I don't want to give the level any credit at all. I think I actually like those climbing sections here. They give us some good preparation for the impossible lair later.
This is meant to be the final level of the game, so before the lair.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, like at some point I stopped mentioning that the order he's doing the levels in is like completely broken. Like you saw him do the 16 1 and 2 levels right after the beginning basically, and yeah, it hasn't stopped. Oh right, you have to wade through a section of this because there is actually a checkpoint during this phase,
Yeah.
right? Ugh. So this auto-scroller is 2 checkpoints long. Good times.
The unfortunate thing is, I love the music in this level, but you can't hear it when you're death abusing. Or at least it pauses for a little while for every death.
Here we go, death after death, until we are again at 5 of them. So our fancy little friend, even having little cute eyes, called Checkmate, asks us if we just want to skip the part, and we're like, yeah, okay, if you offer us. Then we do accept to not play this auto-scroller fun times.
The last
Oh, yeah,
round's coming up.
Oh, you actually need to do it again to reach the other parts there, yeah?
Yeah. There's unfortunately no way to backtrack from 20 to 19.
Ooh, nearly fell down on that, but hey. Managed to not get struck too hard by the bunk. I wonder why it's possible to just run through there. Or like, was it intended to just run through? Oh no, we talked over bunking.
Yeah, there are invisible walls, they're just only placed right beside the pagey. So it's, I don't know, just kind of lazy way of making a wall, you know?
I guess they just didn't even consider us coming from that side.
Mhm.
Scare ship. Ooh, yeah, a lot of lasers in this level.
And doors. A ton of doors.
Funny thing, I think I didn't know before I watched your runs on this that you could actually just throw the keys at the doors. I thought you always had to take them and just go there.
Yeah, it saves so much time of just waiting, you know?
Because like when you go there, then it'll just open the door and only then you can press enter. It's really weird. I always wondered why it wouldn't just automatically enter the door after opening it when you go there with the key. But yeah, that's probably it, because it's just two very different things. Opening the door and using the key. That makes more sense to me. Very cool collection of the key there, actually.
Wow.
Oh no.
I didn't realize that checkmate was so far back. That's gotta be one of the most punishing ones I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's so far. There's some pretty straightforward, fast platforming here. I feel like knowing the right way through this helps a lot. I think I ran into a lot of places that you don't actually need to go to. See making me do math the third time. Only 9 more bees to go. One might even call it quick math. I always wondered why the rocks would explode at some point of carrying them around.
Yeah, it's very strange.
I mean, bombs, okay, maybe the water bubbles, like, they might burst from, like, I don't know, but stones? I have not seen stones randomly explode when you just let them. You just hold them in your hand for too long. Maybe it's a different thing with mouths. Maybe we should give out a warning to people. Don't put stones in your mouth for like more than 24 seconds. Or like, how much is it? Like 8 or 9-ish seconds actually.
It's about 12, I want to say.
Oh, 12, okay. They might explode. They might also not, but just play it safe, guys. Don't put stones in your mouth. And hey, there's the level again with moving stuff. Who doesn't like moving stuff? And more lasers.
This level can be extremely frustrating without Laylee. Most of Chapter 19 as a whole, I'd say.
I think I'd agree. Not even only without Laylee. Yeah, especially without Laylee. Oh, I can remember this portion so well. I think... Yeah, I want to say it took me like a fair 10 to 15 tries to get through this part casually. I don't know, I was really bad with understanding the timing of the lasers.
It doesn't help that they can completely desync sometimes.
Yeah. I want to say especially on deaths or restarts.
Or going too fast.
No, not going too fast. Oh hey, a little fun skip over there. Oh, no. And then the game decided to not let you up there anymore. Oh well, so there we got a glimpse of the fun. That room though.
Most of these rooms, yeah.
Oh wow.
This is probably in my top 3 least favorite levels, I want to say.
Together with all other factory levels.
No, I like Chapter 8, which is coming up next.
Oh, okay. I might remember. I might just not remember it, but let's see how fun it will be. I mean, sometimes the worst casual levels give the most fun speedrun levels.
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh, was that just bonking into the wall and then pushed you up?
Yeah, it's strange. So a jump is like it won't make it, but bonking gives you enough height to just barely catch that wind, and I don't know. It's very weird.
So bonking gives you more height than a jump.
Yeah, yeah. But like you're
That's
going
so
backwards,
wild.
so it's weird. We actually use that to get T4 tonic. That's like the strat for that is to bonk up onto the crate.
Oh, yeah, true. I even know that strat. Yeah, it makes sense. No, I just never really thought about how it works. I thought it was some weird collision between the box and the wall or something that caused it.
Oh my.
Oh, do you need the momentum from the roll there?
Yes. But I'm just gonna do the baby strat.
Baby strip. Not that anyone on this call would be known for using baby strips at times. See, internet, I call myself out. Poor crate. There's actually so many overworld puzzles around just these last 3 levels, and you have to do a lot of them in order to even be able to play all the levels. I didn't remember how long all of those take.
They're pretty bad. They make up like a good bulk of like the end of the run.
Mm-hmm. Good old times with acid on cycles.
Yep. I actually can kind of skip an acid cycle coming up. I just learned like a super easy setup for it too earlier today. So I hope I don't mess up my easy setup.
Maybe you should have waited to tell us until after this trip. Let's see if you can do it. Ooh, that bounce there, right? Oh, another one. Nice. Ooh, all the reds. That was so cool.
I used to do that with a slam boost beforehand, and I always got too much speed and went past like one of the last ones.
Oh.
And I realized it's designed casually to just hold right, and it's free.
Nice.
Trying to be fancy, but
it still looks very satisfying.
yes. It's weird that it took literally months to find the casual strat to do that.
I don't know if that's the intended casual way.
It might be.
I want to say that they might just intend you to wait for cycles and just get them all individually.
Maybe.
Like generally, the game doesn't expect you to do a lot of jumps off of enemies in a row most of the time. But hey, this is also one of the final levels, so it might just be the intended one. So yeah, more cool circuit puzzles. Who doesn't like those? To get some of that good electricity into the level. And I think it's all about things moving now that stood still.
Wow. Yeah, basically. Wow.
Oh no. Oh yeah, it's these platforms. I think it's also the only levels these platforms exist in, am I right?
Want to agree with that, yeah.
That was very interesting to me when like so late in the levels these new platforms that move in like a new way got introduced. Oh, actually alongside those things that make you go across the water here, yeah, like that are spinning when you walk on them. Those also only exist in this level, I believe.
And the electric water also only exists here, I believe.
This level here really has a lot of unique things in it. Never gonna say I like all of them.
I do love the music, however.
Oh, yeah, it's good. What is that instrument even? Is that a Glockenspiel?
I would not know what that is. Maybe.
Well, as I learned, that's also the word you use in the English language.
Oh.
That's just the German word you just put into the English language as well, which is a super
Interesting.
fun time for me. I think you pronounce it slightly different. Maybe.
Yeah. American accents and stuff.
Like Glockenspiel. Yeah, with these levels we're really closing in on nearly already reaching the impossible lair, which will be a really fun time to watch for me, and hopefully some other people as well, because you can take all those cool damage boosts. Are you going for like full 48 BIL strats, or are you leaving out some of the damage boosts?
I will leave out the minor ones, like the 1 second ones probably won't do those.
Yeah, makes sense.
But obviously I gotta go for the big ones.
Like cycle skip in section 1.
Yeah.
Yeet, nice. Haven't seen that one in a while. Oh hey, there's this area of the game.
Yep, saving it to the end.
Yeah, we don't usually see this area a lot in other runs. But hey, there we go. Wait, is this the level we have the out of bounds in? No, it's not. This is the one where we collect gems. Really fun approach to a level in my opinion. A 2D level being open world and you run around in any order you like, collecting 5 gems in 5 different little challenges. And I think you're actually also collecting all 5 gems before turning them in, right?
You can't do all of them, but we do 4 at once.
Oh, alright, yeah. Because you have to run past it there.
Yeah.
Does it save you having them when you go past checkmate?
Yep.
Or would you lose all 4 if you die?
It does save how many you're carrying, yes.
Alright.
So it's at least generous in that sense.
Good room here.
And unfortunately for this level, when you hand in the gems, it adds a new instrument to the track. And since we hand in most of them all at the end, we don't get to hear like the really nice cozy track throughout while we play it, just with like the one bonus instrument.
Oh, actually, do you know if it's like just progressively getting one more in like the same order, or does it also depend on which gem you turn in?
I don't know exactly. I would think it's progressive.
Yeah. It probably makes the most sense in terms of actually making it a better track each time, and it might get weird if you would get like the wrong instrument.
What's
But I don't-
interesting, if you use the 8-bit soundtrack, it adds an instrument every time you pick up a gem, rather than when you place it in the hive.
Ooh.
Which is strange, like why is it coded differently?
Yeah, that's actually wild. Huh.
You know, I think we are on good pace, so I'm going to do one attempt of the air swim in this level, and only one attempt.
Yeah, there is one out of bounds that we don't really have an idea yet on how it actually works, but sometimes that one wall will just let us go through it like it doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's not going to
And
budge.
It
We tried.
doesn't seem to work, or appears to be there, so we just continue the level normally.
This level actually gives me a ton of grief normally. I really do not like some of the sections in it.
Oh, also, this is one of the levels that actually... I think, I want to say this is... No, okay, it's actually not this state, it's like the other state of the level, which is the only trick for speedrunning that has been removed through an update, right?
I believe it's the only one, yeah. In the frozen version of this level.
Yeah. So sadly, we're not gonna see... Can't see jump off of any... Baseball, snowball. What? The hitbox?
Yeah, good game, really.
Hitbox be like, hey, I'm also on this side of it. Good times, good times.
Yeah, I'll probably take this next room really slow because it's awful. I really don't like it.
Is it the one that's similar to Section 3 of the Impossible Lair?
Yes, it's very, very similar. but I actually find it much harder because you lose a lot more time if you miss.
So yeah, those falling platforms here, they're like, hey, you stand on them, they start going down, and if you jump onto them as they fall down, they might just still let you jump off of it, but there's also a good chance that they're just already gone and you fall. And if you do a mistake and for some reason have a little bit of a brain lag and try to ground pound roll out of them, hey, that time you'll fall. Because body slam the ground pound actually just destroy them immediately and make you fall.
Yes, it can definitely be like hard to deal with the muscle memory that wants you to stall in place so you don't like overextend, but then it completely screws you anyway.
Yep. But hey, you made it through. Oh, I didn't remember this level actually had these things shutting you off from where you previously have been. Kinda similar to the tutorial section, like where it shuts down those walls. Oh no, there we have it.
Yes, that actually wasn't muscle memory. I actually clenched and hit the slam button.
Oh no. Hey, we had a checkmate very close by, so it's not a big deal.
Honestly, as scuffed as that looked, I think it went better than my PB.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. Like you took all the momentum from the water flowing, and then you actually kept it through there. That was wild. Yeah, and now we get a frozen lake, so hey, more frozen levels. Usually the game actually wants us to do a little bit of puzzling there on the overworld with having that classical, I want to say, I don't know, I saw it first with Pokemon. I want to call it Pokemon puzzle with like sliding on ice. You can only go one way. Like when you go one way, you'll go up until the end where you can't go anymore, up until the wall. You have to figure out a way to actually reach the levels. And I think you don't actually have to do any of that because you can just jump there.
Oh, it is extremely broken in this game, yeah.
I think I skipped a lot of that casually when I figured out I could go on fences and jump everywhere from them. Some really clean movement through these cycles here. Hope I'm not jinxing anything there.
No. I did have to take it a little slow, but slower than usual anyway.
Oh hey, more elevator sections that look exactly like the one of 30 seconds ago.
What if I told you it's not the last one?
Alright, there's the third one. Funny side note, when I actually watched you practice for this and I saw you play this level, and I think on the second or third elevator or in every instance of it, I thought, wait, did he just die and did it again? Did he just die again and had to redo it? And yeah, apparently you were not. It's just that 3 times.
Yeah, it's I guess it's a theming thing. It wants it to be just saw blades everywhere, but you know.
I'm actually thinking right now. There's 3 levels on here, right?
Yep.
So there's still 1 level or 1B missing after this. And I don't right now have
2 actually.
2 actually.
They're both the quill ones,
Ooh,
and they're both right beside each other.
Well, one of them is windy thingy.
Yep.
Windmill way.
And the other one we got to visit Rampo. The
Oh, hey,
extended way.
Rampo. Good times. Would it save time to theoretically do Rampo skip in this as well?
Absolutely not.
We need Rampo skip in more categories. I kind of want to learn it, just because it just seems super hard. And I mean, I don't even run the category it's required for, but I just want to learn Rampo skip, I think.
It's really fun, and I'd love to show it off, but it would take. You actually you can't enter 8-2 without breaking the cage that you use to do the Rampo skip.
Oh.
So it'd be manageable, but it'd be like weird routing.
Hey, there's our boy Sheldon my fingers again. Oh hey, he's good. Our dear friend. Might go as far as say best friend.
I'm not sure about that one, but you know. I had a fairly good 14-2 this run, so maybe.
Yeah. Also, this level is also going pretty good. Like on that Sheldon Mac fingers, you had to just try there. I was like, you're quite a bit fast, and it looked really scary when you approached him. Did a really well-timed ground pound. You shut him down.
There was that checkmate, like right in front of his face, so I wasn't too worried about it. But I've definitely died to him before. He's annoying.
I want to say when you lose Laylee there and he pushes you like next to him, then like really bad chances of survival. Beehives basically spawned on top of your head already. That was interesting.
It's kind of cool.
So yeah, now he's gonna finish up with the last 2 levels here, as he just told us before. First of all, apparently buying this nice I wonder, could you get in there and like, can you grab the thing with the Rampo skip thing? Like, can you enter the cage with it, maybe, and grab it?
I doubt it. I don't think the object actually has collision until we buy it.
Okay, Brian has the knowledge.
Oh, he's probably cheated his way into one of those.
Would have been fun to get some new theories going on here. So yeah, this is a very fun level. All those things are spinning, and if they hit you while you're in the air, they'll just push you down into wherever there's not even ground, even though this is just a city with windmills. Hey, as we all know, most windmills just float in the sky. Oh, that was a bit scary though. Isn't that what windmills do?
Ooh, jeez. I actually am mostly taking it like super safe.
I can really see it in this level though. Oh wow, they shot you against the cannon and really didn't even...
That is the one level that is completely determined by a global cycle that's like not really in any other level. So the wind is just, you make one mistake and then it's all thrown off.
Yeah, Lexus, I wanna say there's... like, this game in general can remind one quite a bit of Donkey Kong Country games. I wanna say it hasn't been spoken out by anyone yet, but I'll reveal this game is actually very similar to Donkey Kong Country.
Really?
Seems like you're very good on quotes there.
I am usually like a minimum of 800 extra, which is very strange how I just don't have the other, you know, extras. I'm like, it's actually quite close, which isn't usual.
Oh, did you also have to open that chest? Though?
Yes.
Ooh, I didn't know
Or-
that.
Oh, you were probably asking about the puzzle chest. It just opens when you kill the 5 dudes.
Oh, okay. Nice little trick throw over there. Yeah, this is a fun way to get water flowing through there, right? Like just destroying his teeth, because why not? It's just an enemy, one might say. And yeah, last level before the grand finale in the impossible lair. Or more so, the not so impossible lair.
Ooh.
I mean, you're probably not entering the impossible lair, right? With 0
No.
bees. Because we actually lately got an update for the game, which made the final level a bit easier, as in you're able to restart from 4 checkpoints throughout the level with an amount of bees that you managed to get there before. So basically, it's like, hey, your high score up until this point, yeah, you can start again with it from one of those points. Because some people, even with collecting all of the bees, which I want to remind you guys, each one lets you take 1 hit, and we're right after this level at 48 bees. So we're able to take 48 bees before we lose Laylee in the final level. 48 hits, I wanted to say. Some people were still actually not able to finish this game, because even with the bees, it's quite hard. I think I completed it first with like 35-ish bees, but I took quite a few attempts still at that amount.
I think my first time beating the Lair was in a 24 bees race, actually.
Oh, wow.
Which is strange. I don't know why I did that.
Oh right, you guys competed like in a race like very very shortly after release, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was like 1 day in or 2 days in. I was still playing casually. I was like, let those guys do all the work of figuring out stuff. So yeah, teleporting back to the impossible lair and
2
Last
hours
level
later, we're
started.
gonna refight the first boss.
Exactly. Let's see if he's getting all the fancy fast strats. Mostly. Yeah, that would have been one really, really tight faster cycle there, but hey, it's hard. It's hard to hit. Like they also exist in the other fights. You guys will possibly be able to see them in other fights. So yeah, generally this game is just portion. I want to say very similar sections to like sections out of other levels, just harder and long. Like I said earlier, with taking a lot of damage boosts, this can be done within like 15-16-ish minutes. With playing it really no, actually it can be done at that pace with more safe strats as well, so it can like be even faster with damage boosts. But yeah, Aljex obviously doesn't want to lose all his boosts. Like he's gonna take quite a few damage boosts to do cool stuff and not play it super safe. Ooh, like for example with this fire cycle here, or laser cycle. See him blast through here. Ooh. Also getting the cool delayed jump over all the enemies. Oh no, wow. How was that turn left?
I've literally never seen that.
Ugh.
I always just mash A on that cannon and it just works, but that time it didn't, so whatever.
Here, he's using the much inferior strat of just waiting between the things. No, I'm just kidding. Second out of 4 boss fights. Oh no, missing the first hit. Or is that actually a strat maybe?
No, that is not the strat.
No, I mean it could have been. I didn't follow the boss fight strats now. Sorry. That actually wasn't bad in my sarcastic way.
It's very scuffed so far. And I got worst possible RNG. Spoiling the run, I know, but... Yeah, I missed a quick kill by like quite a bit there. Most of it due to like a really bad luck on one of the hits.
Section 2 here. I would say, and probably a lot of people would agree, one of the hardest sections in the Impossible Lair. It has a lot of fancy elevators, it has a lot of ice physics, basically everything that makes it hard not to get hit. But we have cool setup for most of this stuff. Aljex going pretty well in the beginning here. Probably aiming at like at least keeping 30-ish or so throughout this section. I mean, there's actually really not a lot of reason to damage boost in what's coming up here in this section, because there's not a lot of time saves here, I believe.
Not really, no. Like, you can damage boost the squids, but it would only save like 1 second to get, you know?
Yeah, and it's like 3 Bs or so.
Yeah.
Just some cool and smooth movement to run away from those enemies and their weird cycles around those. No. Ooh, that looked tight, but it worked. Getting closer to more elevators. There we have one. This one actually was a pretty cool cycle. Oh, you had to move right after the second one already. That was interesting. Usually we wait until the third one and then we have to move right, so it's a pretty chill setup.
And the ice elevator coming up, the casual nightmare.
Yeah. If you don't know the strats for this one, it can really mess with you. So far, Aljex is doing a great job on this though. Understanding how jumping delays the cycles, and it can make it go just over your head and you're safe. Yup, the ending here looks pretty safe. Oh, yes it is. We're going for the fast way here.
The fancy rope climb.
There would have been one that's 2 or 3 seconds faster, but really safe. But hey, I mean, he has some spare bees here. He's in a very good spot with his bees. So no need to take it slow here. Like anywhere he's running. Good hits on Triple B so far. Let's see how nice he's gonna be with his throws.
Not very.
I mean, it's just like the casual way. Okay, you're getting all those hits in. There was a quick double hit. Really good, really good. No, that throw was really bad. Like, not yours, but how he threw the...
I was actually trying to like prep his AI to like... do you know the super fast hit where it bounces across the room?
Mm-hmm.
I think that was going to be one of those.
Oh,
That's what I was trying to prep, but it hit me instead of him, so...
I didn't know you could actually. That's wild.
Yeah, we only found the prep like a week ago.
Ooh. So yeah, fight 3, which is also the hardest fight in this Impossible Lair, is now done. Coming up with a section that has like a gigantic amount of damage boosts and really fun and fast, nice to watch gameplay. Conveyors allow going super fast in this upcoming section here. There we go, just rush through everything wildly. Conveyor going to that side, giving us a bad time. But hey, Aljex is still making a really fast cycle up there. Let's see how this specific section goes. This is always a nightmare for me, because it's so easy to get stuck on. Ah, okay, yeah, you use the enemy bounce strat, that's so cool. And then with a really tight jump there. From here we can just skip this entire auto-scroller, which he does just nicely.
It's very hot.
That was really, really hot. Entering the final fight of the Lair with 27 bees, and after that there's just an escape sequence. I wanna say he's pretty safe in this round. There's few ways he could still lose 27 bees. Okay, didn't get the double hit there, so I wonder, he might just go for the bomb strat at the end now. Oh, okay. Oh, he tried to go for a fancy double bomb strat.
Yep.
Ooh, that might actually be the fastest. I'm not too sure, but oh, okay, you actually did go for the bomb strat. But he's going for fast hits. Fast hits are also cool. I like fast hits. Show us some more fast hits, Mr. Reynolds.
Sure thing.
Ooh. Yeah, you have the bees, you can do it.
Yeah.
Try those. Those are really nice. Those are so tight to hit.
They're
You pull off hits like that, like, I don't know, twice, 3 times. And I never actually go for it in any runs, really.
yeah, I wouldn't recommend them outside of 48B layers.
Coming up on the last normal, I want to say, hit on capital B here. He's bringing down defense mechanisms, but I want to say maybe he should have done that slightly earlier if he actually wants to, like, I don't know, be this villain dude and hurt us. But hey, he's just bringing that up. Now Aljex has the hive mind and can just move him around freely over the screen, which is really fun. Because, hey, what's better than putting this big bad enemy into those saw blades himself? Some chop suey coming up here, and the escape sequence is starting. At the end of this escape sequence, we're gonna come up on time. It's roughly a minute and 10, I would say.
Yep. It will be just a fade to black right at the end of this section.
Didn't get meme damage, that's cool. Because there's a possibility the ground can just mess with you and make you take damage by getting bumped into the spikes that are right above you. Nice, keeping up momentum here. these ropes that he slides on can really also let you carry over a lot of the momentum here. And he's coming up on the final section. Time? I thought you'd call it.
Oh no,
Because you're without delay, you know.
I would have said it a lot earlier.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's why I just said it when I was at the point. Yep.
It wouldn't have worked, trust me. Anyway, that was the fun game, and that is
Final time of 2:30:16.
that's a over a 2-minute PB for me actually.
Nice.
Yeah, PBing on marathon. Let's go.
Hey. Have you had loadless times running in the background?
No. So I can't
No.
submit it, but
But hey,
I know it
you
is.
know you can do it.
PB hype. Let's go.
That was one good run.
I had fun. I wish I got to show off more of the fancy strats, but